If you're dealing with SIBO, you already know how uncomfortable it can be for your stomach. But did you know that SIBO can also affect your mental health? SIBO isn't just about digestive discomfort. It can impact your mood, your energy, and overall well-being. So let's dive into the link between SIBO and mental health and what you can do to feel better. If we haven't been introduced yet, because this is the first video you're watching, then welcome. I'm Michael Arthur, the Mind Belly Doc, and I'm a functional medicine doctor certified by the Institute for Functional Medicine and certified by Marissa Peer as an RTT practitioner and certified hypnotist. I have both professional and personal experience with SIBO, and it's my mission to help as many people as possible with this underdiagnosed condition. Now, scientists have discovered something pretty amazing called the gut-brain connection. I'm sure you've heard of it by now. What it means is that our gut and our brain are constantly communicating through a pathway called the gut-brain axis. And if something goes wrong in the gut, like too much bacteria growing in the small intestine with SIBO, there are a couple of pathways that will get activated to send bad signals to the brain. Now, inflammation can also ensue, and if leaky gut is present, you can spread this inflammation from the gut to your system, including your brain. Now, this can lead to mood changes, stress, and even anxiety or depression. Did you know for every single message your brain sends to your gut, that your gut sends back at least 10 messages in reply? Yeah, your gut has a lot to say. Now, another impact of SIBO is nutrient absorption. People with SIBO often struggle to absorb nutrients like B12 and magnesium, which are essential for a healthy brain and a balanced mood. Without enough of these nutrients, it's common to feel mentally drained, anxious, or even down. Living with SIBO symptoms like gas, bloating, and stomach pain is stressful, particularly when the symptoms are occurring daily and they're related to eating. I mean, we all need to eat to live, right? So when these symptoms are a regular part of your life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. I know this for sure, that this was indeed my experience when I had SIBO. This constant stress can impact your mental health, leading to more anxiety and even depression. I had never experienced anxiety the way that I experienced it when I had SIBO. And I want to make sure that you're well aware that your anxiety could have everything to do with your gut health. Now, research supports this gut-brain connection, and studies show that people with SIBO report higher levels of anxiety and depression than those without SIBO. In one study, every person with SIBO who was enrolled in the study reported feeling some level of anxiety or depression. Another study found that people with SIBO have lower levels of tryptophan. That's an amino acid used as a building block to make serotonin. Now, when serotonin levels drop, mood can drop too, leading to more feelings of sadness and worry. So this brings us to question exactly, how can you improve your mental health with SIBO? Well, there's good news here, my friend, in that there are several ways to help improve both your gut and your mood. We're going to start with a few tips. Tip number 1, start with a gut-friendly diet. Some people with SIBO find that the low fermentation diet, which limits foods that cause gas, can help reduce symptoms. If you're interested in a super simple guide to the low fermentation diet, don't forget to hit that link in our description below this video to download our free guide. Just remember though, it's important not to restrict your diet for too long, as this can lead to other issues. Now, when it comes to the low fermentation diet, which is typically broader, a little more abundant than what you're going to find with the low FODMAP diet, and certainly with the SCD diet, you can eat low fermentation a little bit longer before radically changing your gut microbiota for the worse. A second tip for you is to keep inflammation under control by adding foods that fight inflammation, like fruits, vegetables, and foods rich in omega-3s, like fatty fish, salmon, for example. Cooked foods are always going to be easier for you to digest than a salad or raw foods. And don't forget that smoothies will pre-digest your food by breaking down all that fiber so that you won't have as many symptoms after eating your fruits and veggies in a smoothie as compared to eating them in the raw state. So staying hydrated and avoiding sugary foods can also help keep inflammation down. My tip number 3 is to make sure you're absorbing nutrients. Since SIBO can make nutrient absorption challenging, add foods rich in B12 and magnesium to your diet. The best sources for B12 when you have SIBO are going to be from fish, meat, poultry, and eggs. And the best sources of magnesium with SIBO are going to be spinach, almonds, and skin-on potatoes. Now, sometimes supplements may be necessary, so talk to your doctor if you need help getting these nutrients. And finally, my tip number 4 is to practice stress relief techniques. Because stress worsens SIBO, finding ways to relax will make a difference. Techniques like deep breathing, meditation, and even short outdoor walks can reduce stress and improve mood. Now, lowering stress can improve both your gut health and your mental well-being. In our own Mind Belly Blueprint online course, we use guided hypnotherapy to help you reduce your stress. And the best part is that you can even do it in your sleep. So remember, if you're dealing with SIBO, you're not alone. And there's more to this condition than just an uncomfortable stomach. So many people are dealing with both depression and anxiety and don't understand that deep connection to their gut. But by understanding the gut-brain connection, you can take steps to support both your gut and your mind. If you're struggling, consider talking to a healthcare professional who understands this link, or consider working with us through our online DIY program where we're with you every step of the way. Healing your gut may be a journey, but it's one where you'll come out the other side happier and healthier, both inside and out. For more insights on gut health, SIBO, and the gut-brain connection, subscribe to our channel and let us know what you'd like to see and hear more about when it comes to gut health.